the competition from like our culture is competitive, man.
Right.
It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It just don't make sense.
There are horrible things that happen every day, whether it be in the industry or not, mentally, emotionally, financially.
First of all, that vote is fake as That's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings.
Cowboy Carter. Beyonce.
It's the price you pay, when you're early in your career, you feel that you have to listen. And when you buck, they buck harder and they make threats. And those threats are huge ones. And you know what I mean? You don't feel like you have a choice. I really didn't feel like I had a choice. It was do this or this.
Welcome back to StarLux Scopes, the place where the truth behind fame gets revealed. 50 Cent and Eminem have officially teamed up to shine a light on Jay-Z and Beyoncé, throwing some major accusations their way. They're calling out everything from award rigging to allegedly taking credit from black creators and tearing down anyone who gets in their way. According to 50, Jay-Z is still trying to block his business moves behind the scenes, pulling strings like a real puppet master. Meanwhile, Eminem has been raising red flags through his music, dropping cryptic lines about powerful industry figures controlling everything from the shadows. Things are getting intense. Beyoncé is also facing serious backlash, with people accusing her of taking credit for songs she didn't write and allegedly blacklisting other female artists like Aaliyah, Mia, Carrie Hilson, and even Mary J. Blige. It's becoming a pattern that's getting harder to ignore.
When you're not competing for those things anymore, and you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what went through with Joe.
But wait, there's more. Jay-Z and Beyoncé's close connection to Diddy is once again under heavy scrutiny. Jay might have avoided the recent Jane Doe lawsuit, but reports suggest the woman involved hinted that she was pressured to back off after mysterious visitors showed up at her door. That's got people talking more than ever. With all these accusations surfacing, many are beginning to question whether Jay and Bey are truly powerful icons, or just experts at covering their tracks. Do 50 Cent and Eminem actually know what's happening behind the curtain? And how many people's careers or lives have been damaged along the way to their success? Let's dive into it.
Look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You start looking at that's not mine. That's theirs. They harbor, right? But when you look at M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre, and myself, like I'm a shady actor, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's so much G Unit Records.
Right.
They forget that I'm M and Dre's artist.
For years, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were viewed as music royalty, untouchable, unstoppable, and sitting at the very top of the industry. Speaking out against them once got you labeled as bitter or jealous. But now, that once perfect image is beginning to crack. More insiders are starting to come forward.
Things like that. This is why I was saying I knew what old boy was doing. Right. With the Super Bowl. Because he was doing like slick shit. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
He was doing some wild shit, Ken. Because he was saying that to Eminem that the NFL had the issue with me. And I'm like, well, what's the issue? Why don't I have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got an issue with my performance? Right. Makes no sense. You know what I mean?
I was going to get to that later, but since we're here now. And when he says "oh boy" for the audience that don't know, he's talking about Jay-Z. This was discussed before. Jay-Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just
threatened.
Possibly. Not even threatened. I think it's just when you take the competition from like our culture is competitive, man.
Right.
It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense. Like, what are we competing for? What's the goal? Like this even look a lot of this, even a lot of the competitive stuff, or we would call it beef, right? And it changed. That terminology changed when it's Biggie and Tupac, because we start saying the things that people would say that cause beef in the environment.
Right.
When before that they called it battling in our culture.
Right.
Right. Because that's what it is until it turns into some street shit. Like so, when you're not competing for those things anymore, and you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what went through with Joe.
Leading the charge are none other than 50 Cent and Eminem. Let's break it down, starting with 50 Cent. He's been taking major shots at Jay-Z, accusing him of being insecure, petty, and straight up jealous. And according to 50, he's got the receipts to prove it. Back in 2023, 50 revealed that Jay allegedly tried to block his Super Bowl performance by using his NFL connections behind the scenes. But the plan backfired when Eminem refused to perform unless 50 was included. That single move exposed a major power play in the industry.
Young, thank you, sir. All the doors that you opened, showed us that we can be rock stars, seeing you on the Rolling Stone. Obviously, there's Run DMC with the Leathers and the Aerosmith, but when you came out west, you took it to a whole new level. You don't belong in the category. Oh, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
Fast forward to a recent interview on Talk with Flea featuring Cameron. 50 doubled down and called Jay out once again. This time, he claimed Jay's been playing shady games, not just in music, but in business, too. And here's the wild part. 50 says Jay has already secured his legacy. So why is he allegedly still trying to interfere with 50's deals out of pure spite? But it doesn't end there. 50 and Eminem are now teaming up to take things even further, calling out the Carters for alleged Grammy manipulation. 50 is putting Jay on blast for supposedly using his marriage to Beyonce as leverage to scoop up awards.
You have a few Grammys, but you feel like you had to sell your soul to get them. And you didn't know if you wanted it for the recognition or the trophies, but then what's the difference? And that Grammys pretty much suck the blood of artists and nominate them, have them come to the shows, and then
which they do. They do it every fucking year. Yeah, and I'm just tired of seeing it. And for whatever reason, it's like they're always pitching this hint that you might win Album of the Year, which used to be a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal now.
This isn't just about industry politics anymore. It's starting to look like a full-blown takedown campaign. Eminem has been calling out the Grammys for years, claiming the whole thing is rigged, pay to win, and controlled by secret deals behind closed doors. And now, Beyonce's recent Cowboy Carter Album of the Year win has only added fuel to the fire. Sure, she finally took home the top prize, but not everyone believes it was an honest victory. Many think Jay-Z pulled some serious strings behind the scenes. People began questioning things after Jay hit the stage at last year's Grammys, publicly criticizing the Recording Academy for constantly overlooking Beyonce. But here's the twist, he was accepting an award while calling them biased. That left fans confused, saying it looked like he was trying to play both sides at once. If Jay truly believes the Grammys are unfair, why not walk away completely? Why chase their approval instead of taking a real stand with a boycott? That mixed message only added more fuel to growing rumors that the Carters have been working the system through quiet pressure and major money influence. For years, whispers have echoed across the industry claiming Grammy wins aren't about talent, they're about politics, power, and connections. And one of the loudest voices saying it out loud has been Eminem. He's made it clear he thinks the entire setup is a scam. He's even vowed never to show up again, not out of bitterness, but because he sees through the manipulation.